Good evening. Fiery allegations tonight of money mismanagement at one of Toronto's largest universities. I'm Tina Yazdani live at Ryerson, where the Students Union has allegedly spent tens of thousands of dollars on questionable purchases. Credit card statements have surfaced showing purchases at the LCBO and at clubs and restaurants, many now calling for an investigation and demanding answers for Ryerson students. Credit card statements made public this week reveal an astounding picture of how Ryerson's Student Union is spending student levies. Among the most questionable and expensive charges, almost $700 on an Airbnb, $2,500 at a Cineplex Rec Room, $2,200 at EFS, a Toronto nightclub, $1,300 at a sports shop, and thousands at restaurants and the LCBO. All in all, $250,000 spent on the union's credit cards since the summer.
It's definitely surprising to see when people think that they can hide something like that or that they'll, get away with it. It was definitely a shock to see.
Emma Sandry and her team at Ryerson's student newspaper, The Eye Opener, broke the story after obtaining photos of the statements this week.
There's been a lot of backlash by the students, especially over social media. People constantly bombarding the executives' social media pages with, their dismay and their disappointment.
The student union is made up of 5 executive members. CityNews reached out to all 5 and didn't hear back before airtime.
I think the documents speak for themselves.
McLean DeWeaver is a member of the board of directors that oversees the student union.
I was actually blocked access to those statements for several months, but I finally, after twisting some of my arm, saw that, and quite frankly, I felt very sick.
What is your message to students who are seeing this and obviously feeling frustrated that their money is being wasted?
I think our shock is felt with students, and we're definitely taking action now to hold the executive accountable, and that'll come out in the coming weeks to make sure that justice is served for students.
Premier Doug Ford today tweeting about the story. I've heard from so many students who are tired of paying excessive fees only to see them wasted and abused. That's why we're giving students the power to choose to pay for the campus services they actually use. Ford using the incident to justify the province's changes to student aid financing, including the Student Choice Initiative, which allows students to opt out of any fees deemed non-essential.
I think it's kind of ridiculous. The sad thing about any not-for-profit corporation, which the RSU is that executive fraud does exist, and so I don't see Doug Ford calling for abolishing all charities, but to just resolve them and essentially kill student life, I think is pretty heavy-handed to, and unfair that, the actions of a couple individuals will, mean that for a lot of people. So, yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
The province's changes won't take effect until September. Currently, the money the student union uses comes from mandatory student fees. An undergrad student pays approximately $130 a year to the union.